And today I'll be introducing my cultural autobiography. So, as you can see here, I have pictures of me and my sister, me, my stepdad, my mom, me, my granddad, me and my sister, and then me when I was in school. I felt to share this first picture because this is my little sister Kylia. This is my pride and joy. This is one of my most prized possessions. She is just so sweet. Well, she's not sweet, but this is my little sister that I really asked my mom for, like, since I was little, and we are 6 years apart, and I just absolutely love her whole life. And yeah, I feel like that's my baby. Next, the picture of me, my stepdad, my mom. So my mom had me when she was 21, and we basically grew up together, and we were just always together. And then my mom started dating this man named Howard, and we were introduced to him. He was from Jamaica, and they had worked together for a while at Blue Ridge Homes, which is like a space for older people with special needs to get their needs catered to. So she met Howard, was introduced to him, and we all became a big family. A couple years after after they met and got married, my mom was pregnant with my little sister Kylia, and also Howard had a daughter in Jamaica. So Howard's daughter in Jamaica's mom, her mom felt it was best that she would come up to live with us in America so that she could have more opportunity to go to college and run track and just do all types of different things. So she came up at the age of 5 to live with us in America. And then I got two sisters at one time, which was also, I was also loving it because I was the only child for a little while. And so I really wanted a sibling. So I was kind of excited about that. And yeah, we played all the time. I played with all my sisters all the time. And then every summer, my sister would go back to Jamaica, and then she would come back to see us for the school year. I loved having a little sister. I love having little sisters that I could play with and just talk to, because me and my mom had such a big age difference that it was. Next is my mom, and my granddaddy. This is my granddad. This is the only grandparent I have or I've ever known. I love my granddaddy with my whole heart. He is such a crazy, funny man. And we were always kind of around each other just because my mom was always kind of close to her dad. My granddad's still alive today, which is a blessing. And yeah, he's almost kind of like a father figure to me in a sense, because he's just, very loving and kind. And he's my mom's dad, so he's like my big dad. So as well as Howard. Howard's also like a father figure to me as well. He helped raise me and do a lot of things that my dad should have done. This is me when I was little and I started school. When I started school, I was in my kindergarten class. When I started elementary school, I was the only black girl for a year, which I feel is crazy. But I lived in a predominantly white town. And then in school, I loved all my teachers so much. I remember I used to get in trouble for talking all the time. But I really had so much fun at school. I loved to learn. I loved to come home and play teacher. I loved packing my book bag up. I loved helping with my classmates. I just loved school a lot. So this is me really excited on the first day of school outside of the house. Then this is me and my sister Ashanti. This is the one that came from Jamaica, and she runs track at Kennesaw. I love Shanti to death. I feel like I don't know what I would have done without her in my life now. So I'm so blessed that we was able to meet each other, even though we were so far apart at first, and I never would have imagined that I would love her to death like this, and that she would feel like my actual blood sister. Yeah. So next I have my high school. I went to all of the Inca district schools because I lived in Candler, which is I live in Asheville, North Carolina, and I live in like Candler, in the little area. But I went to Santo Venable Elementary School for elementary school, and then I went to Inca Middle School, and then I went to Inca High School. So a lot of the kids I went to school with, we all kind of went to school together the whole way through. At first, I felt like a lot of the white kids were not very racist or anything. But as we got older, they like started to come out. So it just started to be a lot of problems. And I started to find my group because in high school, we had about 10 black people. So like, we started all kind of like link up and like get together. And that's where we kind of made a community, and that's where I met one of my closest friends, Michaela. And yeah, so we basically went to school every day. It wasn't even like too much of a disconnect at school because I still loved to learn and I loved school. But at the same time, I could feel a sense of me wanting to go out and explore my black side more and just trying to see like what there was to offer outside of the world, because at my school we only had one counselor. I never had a black teacher either until I got to college, but we had one counselor, and she was light skinned, mixed, and she would be the one I would always confide in and like come to and talk to about like going to school and college and like looking for resources. So I went to the counseling office every single day of school because I genuinely wanted to find a school that I loved. My mom's friend took me to A&T and allowed me to tour the campus, and I really, 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 really loved it so much. I also went on several different college tours as well within the community of Asheville that they host for black students to go visit college schools, but they were mostly PWIs, which I never really connected to a PWI because I already came up from one. So I could understand how my students would feel if I was teaching in a predominantly white area, how my black student would feel, and I would be so happy that I would be able to be not a reference, but able to be, what's the R word? I would be so happy that I'll be able to, they would have someone that looks like them in the classroom so that they can feel more comfortable in the classroom, because it's very important to have a teacher that you can relate to, that you can talk to, and that you feel like you can confide in. And I feel like I was missing that a lot of my school career. But back to A&T, I had came up here, and then I remember going back to school, and I was so excited that I finally decided like, okay, yes, I'm going to A&T. And I felt like I had more than enough credentials to go here. Because I had took distance learning in high school, honors classes. I was a straight A student. I was just killing it. So I felt like I definitely could get into any school that I wanted to get in at the time. And I applied on free application day. But I went back and I told my friends, my black friends, all about A&T because they were all wanting to go to AB Tech, and which is a community college near our hometown. It's right beside the high school. And I told them about A&T because I genuinely wanted them to, venture out. They did not like A&T as much as I liked it, but they ended up liking Winston. So they ended up going there. And I'm actually very blessed that I was able to go to A&T. And then my friends went to Winston because I felt like if I would have stayed with my friends going into a new area of my life, I would have grown, but I would have grown more slowly, I feel like. Me and my friends are still close, but I feel like it was important that we went our separate ways and tried to get our life going at different paces. Like I said, I was a straight A student. I made some B's sometimes, but it was mostly through middle school. But when I was in class and when I was learning and stuff, my mom always instilled in me that it was very important to go in there and try my best because of me being black. They were already looking down on me and already expecting me to do bad, to be misbehaved, to be loud, and to not, do my work. So my mom always told me to prove them wrong and ask so many questions all the time, never stop asking questions. So that's what I did. I would always ask questions. I would always stay after and like get extra help with assignments, especially with math because I was really bad at math. And and I feel like it definitely helped me. It helped me build connections throughout the school. It helped me when people had opportunities coming up, they were able to tell me, and they were also seeing that I actually cared about my school life and I actually, was dedicated, which I loved a lot. In school, I was involved in drama, like the theater program. I had chorus. I absolutely loved chorus so much. We went to like honors choir. We went to All-State and we performed. We had concerts all the time. And it was just such a good way in high school that I felt like I was able to like just relax from all the thinking of like homework and stuff. Like it was just so good to be in choir with my friends and just singing. We got to dress up. And especially with the plays, I love doing the plays. I love being behind theater and acting. So it was just so much fun being able to do that, and I feel like that was a good outlet. I do feel like it's important for my kids to incorporate that with my kids, that we will learn in our classroom, but at the same time we will be creative. I think it's important that people are always creative and doing different things because it allows their brain to continuously flow, and you cannot be confined to a box. Next is my hair page. So I started a business called Caramel by Carm. I started this business in 2020 when it was the pandemic, because when I was home, well, going through school, I was really scared to wear my hair because I felt like I was a little whitewashed. So I would put like pink lotion in my hair and then straighten it, thinking like the burning sensation would be, okay, yeah, my hair's getting straight, it's gonna be straight. When in fact I burnt my hair off. I had a bowl cut, and it just was very bad. Like, it was just really bad because I didn't realize that that's what I was doing to myself just to fit in, kind of. Because I remember one time my mom did twist in my hair, and when I went to school, everyone was just touching my hair. Everyone was just asking me questions, and I just felt so uncomfortable, and I just felt so like a showcase animal or something. So I never wanted to wear extensions again. I never wanted to put anything like that in my hair. So I completely stopped, and that was in middle school. I completely stopped doing that after that one time, and yeah, I never did it again. And I always felt like I had to wear my hair straight. Eventually, like I said, it broke off. So I was trying to put it in buns, and the buns was not bunning. So they was calling me croissant bun. Like, it just was not working. Looking back at it now, it's a lot of things I would have said and did differently. But then I was kind of ignorant in a sense that I didn't realize that that's what was going on around me. So, yeah, I had my hair burnt off. I was wearing it all types of different crazy ways. And then when the pandemic came, my cousin tried to do my hair before the pandemic came, we were taking our graduation photos. And my cousin tried to do my hair, and I liked it, but I also felt like I could have done it better. So I just kind of was like, you know what, let me try. So I started trying to do my own wigs, and I had got it where I felt like I had got a sense of it. And I really liked it. So back home, like I said, it's predominantly white town. We have a few black areas, but I really didn't know too much about anything other than where I lived, which was in Candler. So when I did my hair, I remember putting on Facebook that, like, if you want your hair done, girl, I'll do your hair for free. I just, want to help people get their hair done. So I was doing free heads for a minute because people liked how the way I did my hair. And then after that, I realized I had to start charging because, baby, I was using all my stuff I bought, and just like, it was just too much time going into what I was doing, especially because it was taking me like 4 or 5 hours to get it done. And I could not even braid at this point. But I ended up doing $45 for an install. And it was cool. But of course, still no money for real. So then I went up to $80. That was cool. Still not making enough money because at this point I was traveling to people's houses. So I'm thinking about gas, thinking about me exalting my whole time into them. Like, I was just doing a lot. And at the time I was working at Zaxby's as well. So it was just a lot. And then I went to came to college, and I was able to up my price to $100, and now it's at $120, which I still feel like I could do some more, but I first want to go to cosmetology school before I up my price again, just because I want to provide more bang for your buck. So yeah, my hair business is like my outlet for me to be creative. I feel like I really enjoy doing people's hair. I love when my clients come in and they're able to sit there and maybe not feel as good when coming in, but leaving out there feeling better about themselves. And I love seeing my work walking around campus or looking at their pictures. It just makes me feel good about myself. It makes me feel good that I'm helping other people. And yeah, I really enjoy it a lot. And I'm so happy I was able to start this up because it was just an idea in my notebook at one point. And I definitely knew I wanted to find a hustle for when I got to college. So I understand too in my classroom that my students will have hustles or will have different ways of, different ways that they can offer to the world. Everyone doesn't have to be a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher. People may be, creatives, like I said. So like I said, it's very important for my classroom to be a creative space where people can find and maybe make money off of their passions. Because I feel like being passionate about whatever or having a passion will allow you to make money, period. So yeah, this is my business, and I love her real bad, period. She's so cute. This is my friends. So these are my friends I met in college. A lot of them are from up north, which I never would have imagined that I have friends from up north. But I was very blessed to meet them. At first, I was kind of nervous because they were kind of like being up north and being from south. It's a lot of, it's a different type of vibe, different way that you say things. Like I know down south, like we'll say like, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Very like, we'll hold the door, we'll probably stare at you a bunch, like just different stuff. And then up north, it's more of like a fast-paced movement thing which I had realized when I went to college tours in New York that it was very fast, and I was like, no. So I kind of felt kind of nervous about northerners, but I actually really love my friends a lot, and I feel